After Joshua conquered the land, then there arose a time when Israel was ruled by the judges. The judges are exciting people who ruled in their day, and Israel went through a constant cycle. First they would sin in the sight of God, then they would cry unto God, and God would give them a deliverer. The deliverer would bring deliverance to them from the enemies that were around them, and then as long as the judge lived, they served God, but after that they would go back to their old ways again. So today we're going to read about one of the most exciting of those judges, whose name is Samson. We're going to read from the book of Judges, chapter 13. Again the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord delivered them into the hands of the Philistines for 40 years. Now there was a certain man from Zoar, of the family of Danites, whose name was Manoah, and his wife was barren and had no children. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto the woman and said to her, Indeed now you are barren, and have borne no children, but you shall conceive and bear a son. Now therefore please be careful, not to drink wine or similar drink, and not to eat anything unclean. For behold, you shall conceive and bear a son, and no razor shall come upon his head. For the child shall be a Nazirite to God from the womb, and shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines. So the woman came and told her husband, saying, A man of God came to me, and his countenance was like the countenance of an angel of God, very awesome. But I did not ask him where he was from, and he did not tell me his name. And he said to me, Behold, you shall conceive and bear a son. Now drink no wine or similar drink, nor eat anything unclean, for the child shall be a Nazirite to God from the womb in the days to the days of his death. Then Manoah prayed to the Lord and said, O my Lord, please let the man of God whom you have sent come to us again, and teach us what we shall do for the child who will be born. And God listened to the voice of Manoah, and the angel of God came to the woman again as she was sitting in the field. And here we are standing in the fields of Zoar. But Manoah, her husband, was not with her. Then the woman ran in haste and told her husband and said to him, Look, the man who came to me the other day has just appeared to me again. So Manoah arose and followed his wife. When he came to the man, he said to him, Are you the man who spoke to this woman? And he said, I am. Manoah said, Now let your words come to pass. What will be the boy's rule of life and his work? So the angel of the Lord said to Manoah, Of all that I said to the woman, let her be careful. She may not eat anything that comes from the vine, nor shall she drink any wine or similar drink, nor eat anything unclean, and that I commanded her, let her observe everything. Then Manoah said to the angel of the Lord, Please, let us detain you, and we will prepare a young goat for you. And the angel of the Lord said to Manoah, Though you detain me, I will not eat your food, but if you offer a burnt offering, it shall be offered unto the Lord. For Manoah did not know he was the angel of the Lord. Then Manoah said to the angel of the Lord, What is your name? And what are your words that come to me, that we may honor you? And the angel of the Lord said to him, Why do you ask my name, seeing it is wonderful? So Manoah took the young goat and the grain offering and offered it upon the rock to the Lord. And he did a wondrous thing while Manoah and his wife looked on. It happened, as the flame went up toward heaven from the altar, the angel of the Lord ascended in the flame of the altar. When Manoah and his wife saw this, they fell on their faces to the ground. When the angel of the Lord appeared no more to Manoah and his wife, then Manoah knew that he was the angel of the Lord. And Manoah said to his wife, We shall surely die, because we have seen God. And his wife said to him, If the Lord has desired to kill us, he would not have accepted our burnt offering and grain offering from our hands, nor would he have shown us all these things, nor would he have told us things as these at this time. So the woman bore a son and called his name Samson. And the child grew, and the Lord blessed him. And the Spirit of the Lord began to move upon Manoah, at Dan between Zoar and Eshtaol. We have just come through the beautiful forest where there are many sculptures and other memories of Samson and his life. And now here is Arie, who is going to tell us more about the culture and the times of this area and about Samson.
So welcome to Tzorah. The name Tzorah means a bee, big bee, and actually we are surrounded by bees even now. Even Samson, as you remember, got honey from the bees. So till today, the name of the place has a lot of meaning. Remember the bees. Even the riddle that he gave connected to the bees. So we are in the field of Tzorah. I'm pointing to the direction of the tell itself, the village where Manoah and his wife were living. And here around us, this is the place where the mother was working in the field. Let me just try to describe her situation. She is barren. In those days, for mother to be burned or for wife to be burned, she would be feeling the most unpleasant situation. I'm worth nothing. I'm not valuable to my husband. I cannot bring him children. Oh God, why? Why is this situation? What is wrong here? Why I am not like others that can bring fruit? Why I am burned? And in this situation, working here in the field, she would be so frustrated. She had so much work to do with the goats. She had a flock, we know, because they offered later on a goat to the angel. She will work with the olive trees to pick the olives, to make oil of them. She will take the granary down. She will take the all kind of fruits of trees, preserve them, crush them, thresh them. There's a lot of water. I don't speak about water. There is cistern. She would pick up water from the cistern to give to the goats. I mean, it's very hard, non-stop work, which in this weather, in this hot weather, you just move, you get sweat. Imagine how this woman looked. And here, in this situation, in her miserable, in her perspiration, the angel of God appeared. Not to the husband up on the hill, but here in the field to the barren woman. Let's remember this. God is not meeting us just in the church where we dress nice with ties. He can meet us in the most miserable places of our life. And He's there to give comfort. Imagine the moment when He comes and sees her and tells her that in 1 year you are going to have a child. What a joy came to this woman. So much joy. Then after she have heard this and she have heard some other instructions, she was running all the way up to her husband in the hill. Let me tell you, it's it's a hard running all the way. And she just came to him. Angel of God met me and he told me this news. And of course she forgot to ask him his name. So what? You see, but the father immediately will catch her. Did you ask him his name? Again and again we find ourselves in these situations. The moment we hear the good news, we are so excited, so excited. Something new happens in our heart. We don't remember all the little details. Okay, but you see, the father wanted to catch her in this legalism. You are wrong. You didn't do right. You had to ask him his name. Let's next time, God, when you appear to me. You see the difference between them. And this woman, not so frustrated now because she got the good news. She came back to the field to work. And we would expect the angel to come to her father, right? No. Where he appeared again? Here, in the field. I don't know if there is humor in the Bible, but there is humor in the Bible. And this is one of these moments, right? When the angel appears again here. Let me just talk about one little thing, about asking a name. Asking a name in this culture is the first thing that you do when you meet somebody. What's your name? And he will say and will ask you, what is your name? And then he will say, God bless you, and you will say your name. The name is the strongest identity of somebody. Not like nowadays that, nobody cares. There's so much information, so many faces, running in your eyes. You don't remember in a moment what. People remembered names. A name of somebody was, in a way, all his identity was behind his name. So look, what is the name that later on the father and the mother called their son? Samson. What is the meaning? In Hebrew, Shimshon. You know what is a Shimshon? Comes from the word Shemesh. Shemesh is sun. S-U-N. And Shimshon is a little son. And a big city around, not far from here, is Beit Shemesh, the house of the sun. Now, who called his children on the name of the sun? You see, the name of the sun and the city of the sun are usually people that worship sun. You see, another name, Jericho in Hebrew. What is Jericho? A little moon. So we have to remember that here people worship the sun and the moon. And calling the name of this man over the sun would not be a proper thing. Take another barren woman, Hannah, the wife of Elkanah. What was the name of her son that she called him? Shmuel. El is the name of God. In the name Samson, there is no name of God inside. So you can see from beginning that something was wrong. More than this, when the angel appeared to her and talked to her, she ran to her father, to her husband. What he said? We saw angel of God, we will die. He understood nothing in spiritual things. And think about this. The angel told them to keep 3 things because their son will be Nazirite. What are these 3 things? They are written in Numbers chapter 6. Not to cut the hair of the child, not let him in any way be exposed to any drink of wine or raisins or grapes or whatever. And the 3rd thing, in any way, he's not allowed to touch a dead body and to be around unclean thing, ritually unclean. What is the meaning? Not to cut the hair. Let me tell you, we have tradition now in Israel among a lot of religious people. They would go once a year to Galilee, to a place which is called the Kever of Rabbi Yochai. And there, when they have their little children, 3 years old, they will put them in a long line, thousands of them, and for the first time in their life of the little children, they cut their hair. Now imagine the feeling of a boy till 3 years, whenever somebody sees him from back, he will come and say, wow, beautiful girl. And then this boy will turn his eyes and say, I'm not a girl, I'm a boy. Sorry, I made a mistake. Because they have long hair, how you can divide between boy and girl. So imagine how much children are waiting for this moment that they will stand and their hair will be cut for the first time. And when they are cut, all these little machos, from now on there are boys. Imagine what happened with little Samson. When all the children are cutted and this boy is looking around and he has long hair, what he will feel. And imagine what happens minute after this when all the boys now, they look on him and say, beautiful girl, beautiful Samsona. You see, Samson is the name of a boy. But how you will call a girl? Samsona. Just imagine what can happen to a child like this that from so early stage in his life is different than others. what kind of rebellion feelings can raise up in his heart, in his mind. Why I'm different? Why I'm not allowed to? Why I look different? I don't speak about it not eating or drinking wine or grapes. You know, it's one of the greatest celebrations of those days when all are meeting around the wine press, holding the ropes, jumping, shouting, hey dad, and little Samson far away is not allowed to be. It's like nowadays to tell a child, you are not allowed to play football or soccer. You have to be out of the stage, out of the area. Look, if a boy is raised this way, and every evening you explain him why, and you tell him why, he can grow well. But if you don't tell him why, you just tell him, that's what we parents want from you, you will see the signs of rebellion in this boy. And you will see, the next chapter 14, they are just appear like this. Samson rebelled his father and mother. The last point here. God told the mother that your son will start to deliver Israel from the Philistines. Remember, that's what he said. When the mother met the father up in the home, what she told him, we're going to have a son, and he will be Nazirite till his death. The angel didn't mention in any way the word death or the death of Samson. But you see, in a way, he entered now to a road which is almost predicted. No doubt we will meet him again, Samson. This is one of the most tragic personalities that we have in the Bible. So great potential, so great miracle. A barren woman got a child, but so tragic end. And actually, if you think about it, we have only 2 children that had to be Nazirite, were called to be Nazirite. Both of them start with S. The first is Samson, which is in a way, unsuccess story. But look, the other one, Samuel, the son of Hannah. She dedicated him from her own willing to the Lord. But from the first moment where she brought him to Elkanah, to Shiloh, to be in the presence of God. So look how important it is. When we dedicate something to the Lord from beginning, to put it totally and wholly under God's presence. And this way, when we dedicate it to the Lord, it will really bring fruits to the Lord. So let us just remember here, when we are in the field, these 3-4 points. First, the angel can appear everywhere, to anywhere, in any condition. He is not waiting to meet us in the church only. Second thing, how important it is to raise our children and tell them why they are different of the world. And every day, take time to read with them, to pray with them, and show them, look, you have great potential before God. God called you and chose you. And we want to help you to come and to give the best to the Lord. And remember the 3rd things. Father and mother, if they are not in the knowledge of God, what a damage it can be. The father, in a way, was stupid in spiritual things. He said all kind of funny things. Why? Because he didn't know really the Lord. And it starts with the name that we call our children. There is a lot of power behind this name. So let us stop here. Let us think about this. And later on, when we go on with the next chapter of Samson, see how this rebel slowly brought him to this terrible end. Right? Let me revenge one of my eyes. And then, as we will see, he died with Philistines with him, 3,000 of them.